talking today about using Wikitree for DNA, and that includes recording, filtering, and confirming. So I'm just going to give you a very quick overview of how Wikitree can be helpful. So the first thing is about how to record the fact that you have done a DNA test on Wikitree. Wikitree is not a site where you upload your DNA to. It's just a site where you record the fact that you've done one. So you go to your own profile, and when you're there, you then go to the bottom of the page and you look for this. You look for this DNA and you click on that. And when you do, you get 5 tabs. And you're normally just brought straight into this middle one, which says DNA tests. And when you then scroll down, you can see this section here, add new test information. And what it allows you to do is to click on this button, and then you get a drop-down list of all of the different types of DNA tests that you could have done. You select the appropriate one, you can put in additional information if you want, and then click Add Test to add that to your account. And what that does is it records that you, as an individual, have done a DNA test. Now, if you've tested with more than one company, or you've got results on more than one company, you should go in and then add those additional tests as well. If you've done a Y or a mitochondria, also put them in as well. And this then allows that to filter through all of the different profiles who are related to you. So when you put that information in, you can see there's the little drop down arrow, so you can see all the different types of tests here, and that's what you would be selecting. Then you can put in a GEDmatch number, and you can even put in a kit number if it's to do with family tree DNA. Now, you might wonder why you would be putting in your kit number, but if you want people to be able to find you within a project, then your name would not be associated to those results within the project. And if it was a Y test, say, for example, then it would be identifiable within that project by the kit number. And that's why kit numbers for family tree DNA can be handy. On GEDmatch, again, putting in your ID number, that allows people then to see if they have a match with you. So once you've entered all of that information, then what Wikitree will do is it will duplicate the fact that you've done a test on all of your relatives' profile pages, right out as far as third cousins. And this means that other people can see that you are related to the person whose profile page they're looking at. And that allows them to click on your name and to contact you. And that then allows you to make contact with someone who could potentially be a relative or potentially want to discuss a family member with you. So again, people can compare with you on GEDmatch if you have that ID number in, and you will see that filtering through onto all of those pages about 24 hours after you have recorded the fact that you have done a DNA test. So the more profiles that are added to Wikitree, then the more profiles your name is going to go onto as a potential DNA connection. So just remember that this is not telling any individual that you have a match with this person. It's just saying that you could match this person because you are within a third cousin relationship with that particular profile page. So that's the filtering. And this is what it looks like. So whenever you're on a profile page, I'm at the moment on the profile page for my great grandfather, and you can see that 2 DNA results have filtered through. Mine, and you can see here my Y DNA test has been recorded, and also my autosomal DNA test have both been filtered through onto James McDowell's profile page. And also my uncle, his has also filtered through. So that means that it is possible now to see the GEDmatch numbers. It's possible to see the family tree DNA, and there's the kit number. And again, I've got a haplogroup has been recorded there as well. So all of that information is available. And as more people add DNA connections, it makes Wikitree more useful in terms of DNA. And you can also see here that James McDowell's parents have been proved by DNA. And that's why this little symbol has appeared as well. But we're going to be talking about that in a little minute's time. So is Wikitree relevant for Northern Ireland? Because we're looking at this from a Northern Ireland perspective. And I'm just going to give you some statistics that might help you to make up your mind on that particular question. At the moment, there is over 36.9 million profiles recorded on Wikitree worldwide. That's as of yesterday when I updated these figures. Of those 36.9 million profiles, over 34% of them currently have DNA links recorded to them. And what that means is that someone's DNA has filtered through onto 34% of those profile pages. So that's showing that DNA has a very big impact on Wikitree, and it's a very useful tool because it's going to help you identify people that could be related to the profile pages that you're looking at. And you're probably going to be looking at the profile pages of people who are related to you. At the moment, I have done a little comparison here. You can see I did some statistics 2 years ago in January 2022, and this was the number of profile pages for individual people who had been recorded for each of the 6 counties of Northern Ireland. And this is what it was yesterday when I updated these figures. So it means that the number of profiles recorded has gone up in 2 years from over 108,000 to over 154,000. So I think that shows that Wikitree has got a lot of momentum and that things are moving forward very fast. And it means that recording the fact that you've done a DNA test becomes even more useful because there's more profile pages, there's more people using it, and there's more profiles being added all of the time. Now, just in case you haven't used Wikitree before, Wikitree is a one profile per person site. It's a one word tree. And what that means is that if you accidentally record someone on Wikitree who's already has a profile page, then eventually those 2 profile pages get merged. And there's only really supposed to be 1 profile page per individual who has lived. And then as pages get merged together, the tree gets closer and everyone then starts to find more connections on the Wikitree. So as more profiles are added for people who were born in the 6 counties, that becomes more useful for all of us who have a Northern Irish ancestors who are trying to find them and trying to find links between people who have Northern Irish ancestors. So one of the things that you can use is a DNA confirmation aid. Now, I mentioned earlier to you the fact that you can see this little DNA button. And what happens is this allows you to record a confirmation of a DNA match. And what that allows you to do is prove your family tree generation by generation. And on each profile page, you can go in and look at the confirmation aid. And what this allows you to do then is to see who has been proved by DNA and who hasn't. And on each profile page, you will see a little tick if the person has been proved by DNA, and it isn't if they haven't yet been proven. So you can start to, I'm not going to go in how you actually do that at the moment. I'm just explaining to you that there is this concept of a DNA confirmation aid. And we may make a video in future explaining exactly how to do this. But once you confirm someone by DNA, it then populates onto all the other confirmation aids on the other profile pages as well. So it allows you to then publicly verify the fact that someone has been proven to be somebody else's parent through DNA. And that's a very useful thing to have. And it's particularly useful if you're looking at a new branch of the family that you've just identified. There is also a DNA confirmation citation maker. And this is a particularly good thing to use. It's actually quite simple to use. You have to download an app and then you log into it with your Wikitree email and password. And what you can do is you can go in and make a citation and then post it on to your profile page. And what this will do, it will give you the necessary information to confirm a match. So what they call a simple DNA match is someone who you are related to within a third cousin level. And what you can do is put in their information and your information, and then you can post this onto various profile pages to prove that everyone is related just as you think they should be. If those DNA matches are out beyond third cousin, then it gets slightly trickier. You need to have 3 matches, and this is the rules that Wikitree have set down. You need 3 matches who are all related to each other, no closer than third cousins. And it explains that here under the triangulation. It involves 3 DNA matches that are greater than third cousins apart. So that's something to bear in mind. So if it's up to third cousins, you would click on the simple DNA match, and there's a couple of pieces of information they require you to put in, and then this creates this citation that you can then post onto your profile page. You get the same citation if you use this triangulation one, but you're just required to put in more information. And as I said, you do need those 3 DNA matches. But you can also confirm people through Y-DNA, X-DNA, and mitochondrial DNA as well. So this citation maker app is very, very useful, and it allows you to move forward with your DNA research. So just to sum up here, why use Wikitree? Well, what Wikitree is doing is through DNA, it is permanently and publicly confirming every generational connection on your family tree. It's confirming those relationships for others, because then they can come along and see that a confirmation has been done. They can read the details of that confirmation when you post those citations onto the profile pages. And don't forget that your DNA is going to filter through onto these profile pages. And if you or somebody else records more relations that are related to you within a third cousin level, then it will filter under those profile pages once those profiles are added. And then you can look at those confirmation aids on each of the pages. And I can assure you, it does become easier each time you do it. You really have to go into Wikitree and play around with it and try these things. And you will find that DNA does work quite simply on it. It's just a matter of getting used to it and trying it. And I would encourage all of you to get in there and try it. I hope you find it very useful.